things. I was a hot mess, new mama. I was tired, cranky, out of balance, and didn't have much hope that anything was going to change. Because your friends are like, well, that's pretty normal. Your doctor will give you an antidepressant or an allergy pill, but they're not really going to try to help fix it necessarily. I had no idea at the time that all of these different things I suffered with were actually just symptoms of an underlying root cause. I also had no idea that God was going to use this plexus thing that my friend had been telling me about for quite a while to answer so many of my family's prayers, not just health-wise, but also financially providing for our family. But before we get too far into the stories, I'm also new to PowerPoint, so we'll see how well I do with this. I would like to know what your goals are for tonight. What are you hoping to get out of this? What are you wanting to learn? I want to make sure I don't leave out any questions.
We ask questions.
Absolutely. Interrupting all the time. Okay. Just anything specific that you were like, I really don't know about that thing.
Well, I'll
Yes.
admit I hadn't really heard of it until I met you on Facebook.
Okay.
And then, is it more than just a liquid drink?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We're not going to cover the entire line tonight,
Okay.
but I'm going to touch on my favorites, and then there are catalogs floating around, and we can absolutely answer
Nice.
questions about things. Yep. Okay. So, disclaimer, this little event here is not put on by Plexus Worldwide. We are independent ambassadors telling our stories, and we are not claiming to cure, treat, or prevent any disease, because we're supplements, we're not drugs. Here we go. So, to start, I guess, who in here has tried Plexus?
Yep, I can't raise my hand.
Do we have any volunteers? I'd love give me a 30-second, what has Plexus done for you? Okay, go first. Yes.
Okay. I started because I was taking a nap every single day, and I saw you posting, and it was like, okay, she's younger than me, but she keeps talking about her mom fuel. So I tried it, and by the end of the first week, not only was I not craving sugar, I was not crashing every single day. And I was like, okay, maybe there's something to this.
Okay. Sure.
I tried it because I was on a health journey already, and I was having struggles with, I'm just going to be honest, constipation, and she was talking about probiotics, and I know what probiotics can do for that, and I was really heavy into working out, and I don't know if you guys have any idea how hard it is to do a burpee when you're constipated, but just take my word for it. It's not fun. A burpee. It's an exercise.
Would you like to go?
All right, now. But I didn't want to take Slim because I thought, I don't need that. I'm losing weight. I lost 80 pounds the old-fashioned way. But it really wasn't about weight loss. And so finally, she got me to add that in, and it ended up helping me with so much more than what my original goals were. I had no idea. I had problems with sleep. My husband would say, you sleep angry. You're an angry sleeper, you roll over, because I was in pain and I wasn't sleeping well. I was actually diagnosed with idiopathic hypersomnolence, which is basically a fancy way of saying, you're really tired, hypersomnolence, and we don't know why. It's not really a diagnosis, but you're tired.
Mm-hmm.
But within about a week of taking the Slim, I was sleeping, and it floored me. I woke up like confused because I was like, wait a second. It's morning?
She started texting me pictures of her Fitbit. She goes, do you see this? I slept.
Yeah, my Fitbit showed that I was sleeping more soundly and I had more energy. I'm off of vitamin B12 shots. I'm off of Nexium. I'm reduced on all of my allergy medicine. Goals I didn't even have. So, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So I'm Emily. I'm Stephanie's younger sister, and for a while I've been hearing about Plexus because of things she posted, and she's my sister. You know, she talked about it all the time. But I've always had problems with anxiety, constipation, underactive thyroid, and I was, you know, like catching everything that came my way, the flu, the cold, and all that. And my husband was having the same thing soon after we got married last spring, and so nothing was working. All my original vitamins, nothing was working. So I called up my sister and like, can you give us something that'll help us, please? And so literally, like probably 2 weeks, 10 days after we started taking just the Triplex bundle, we were feeling better. You know, haven't had a cold, you know, since, and you know, my anxiety levels have gone down dramatically. You know, I couldn't do this a couple months ago, just talking to people. And I just had a doctor's appointment, and my thyroid levels are finally going back up to where they need to be. You know, it's not, and more energy. And I just found out that Plexus helps with pregnancy. I just found out I'm pregnant. And so, and I saw my doctor, and she said my levels were all normal, even my vitamin D, you know, everything was spot on, and I have to give it all to Plexus. So, yeah, it helped a lot. Yes, it did.
And this was after, what, almost 2 years of me telling her, you will love it. And she's like, I have a naturopath. I'm taking vitamins, I don't need it.
Yeah, I love it.
It's different. Okay. And we focus on balancing the human microbiome by, and this is what the company puts out about what we do. We help your body remove harmful substances while supporting your natural detoxification process, replenish your gut with beneficial probiotics, rebalance your body with our triplex system, and reward yourself through our generous compensation plan by sharing the products with your network. So it's incredibly straightforward. I had no idea. Everything went back to your gut, your blood sugar balance, and inflammation. It's pretty incredible. Did you know, here's the scary stats, 85% of Americans wake up tired, 60% of Americans are overweight or obese, and 60% of Americans have gut dysbiosis. Does anybody know what dysbiosis is? No? I brought the definition. I didn't know what it was not that long ago. Dysbiosis is a term for a microbial imbalance or a maladaptation on or inside the body. Dysbiosis typically occurs when the bacteria in gastrointestinal tract, which includes your stomach and intestines, becomes imbalanced. So it's very simple. And how would you know if you had dysbiosis or an unhappy gut? The most common beginning symptoms are things like bloating, gas, indigestion, immune challenges, skin conditions, and poor mood. Can y'all see this? Can you hear me?
Or mood.
Is that helpful? No? We're okay? Okay. How to make your gut happy or address dysbiosis would be the triplex system has pretty much been a game changer for anybody and everybody who's tried it. Prebiotics and fiber, probiotics and probiotic-rich food, hydration, sleep, and food low in sugar. So one of the reasons I knew a lot of this before, my mom's been a health nut for forever. When you crave sugar like a monster, how do you avoid sugar-rich foods? I mean, it's like a vicious, crazy cycle that you end up on. So it's very exciting and freeing. I'm going to try to play this short video for you. It talks about what the heck is this triplex that we keep talking about. See if you can.
You know that feeling when something in your body is just off? Gas, bloating, immune challenges, mood swings, indigestion, weight gain. Your gut plays a big role in your overall health. In fact, 70% of the cells needed for a healthy immune system and 90% of your mood-enhancing serotonin originate in your gut.
All right, so here's one of the clinical studies that they did. And I'm going to read this for anybody who is science inclined. There's a little disclaimer at the bottom beneath. And this study was an independent, randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study. For those of you who know what that means. I did not. I had to look it up, but there you go. So that's the triplex. Now, I'm not going to go over the entire product line because not everybody needs everything. There are catalogs, and we're happy to answer any specific questions. I use a lot of the products, etc. But I do want to highlight the 3 things that are so new, they're not even in the catalog. So we're going to talk about those 3 things real quick. We now have 2 pink drinks. They, both Slims, there's a long one and a short one. Both of them burn fat, curb appetite and cravings, levels your cholesterol, your blood sugar, and your blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and may have additional benefits like helping with migraines and other things. The Slim Hunger Control, is full of good fiber that helps you feel fuller longer. So it's really, really good, in my opinion, for the munchies. Like I had munchies really bad, so if you're a munchie person, you'll love this one. And then the Slim Microbiome Activating is full of good microbes, which acts like Miracle-Gro for what's the good guys in your gut. So it just depends on what your goals are to which one you would like better. So I want to highlight the new Slim, which is not in the catalog yet, and then our new Whey Lean proteins. When they first launched the Lean, I wasn't sure. I was excited because a lot of companies have a protein shake until I started reading about what they've done. It was incredibly exciting. One, it's delicious. It tastes like the yummiest, cupcake. The vanilla's a cupcake and the chocolate one's like a chocolate milkshake. And then they have a vegetarian option, which is a mocha flavor. If you like vegetarian protein, you'll love it. If you're not accustomed to the textures of vegetarian proteins, it might be a little bit of a shock, but I think it's delicious. I like them both. There's crazy research behind these things. It's all the vitamins in it are fully methylated, so your body can actually absorb them. And a lot of protein powders are just protein powders. These have digestive enzymes in them, the fibers, the vitamins, the minerals. So it's actually a full nutritious meal replacement. You're not starving your body, even though you're reducing calories. We did a 14-day challenge over Thanksgiving, and people took the challenge and did this. People who followed this lost an average of between 5 to 10 pounds, a whole bunch of inches in 14 days, because your body's got the nutrition it needs, and you just feel awesome. It was great. My favorite part is that we partner with, make sure I say this right, Feeding America, Nourish One. Is anybody familiar with that?
Yeah.
So they're hungry Americans is what we're feeding. So every bag of Lean has 14 meals in it. Plexus donates 14 meals to families in need for every bag of Lean that is purchased. So I just think that. And then
It's really good.
it's so yummy. It's so yummy.
Yeah.
All right, and then our very newest product, this one just came out like last week. I'm just
So
gonna,
none of us have tried it, right?
I took one today.
Oh, you
I got one.
Oh, good.
And one of my prizes is actually a bottle of this. So when we get to the prize auction, whoever the lucky person is. Okay, so I'm just gonna play a little video about it. It is brand new.
By the way, the streets is to share.
Does anybody want pizza? We can send it to them.
Such a rate of losing weight is simply snapping your fingers. Just wait. Just reaching for goals. I mean,
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. My pizza all through.
Is our pizza done?
Hello. So we have a few different, I don't even want to say types of products. We've got our products that focus on gut health and have innumerable other benefits. We have products that target weight loss, products that target chronic pain. There's a skincare line, so like I said, we can talk about that if there's anything specific you're curious about. We can look at the catalogs afterwards. Okay.
So do you feel like the MetaBurn is that primarily for weight loss?
That's what it was designed for.
Okay.
But it also turns out people are loving it for the mood enhancing properties. So people who really struggle with seasonal blues or depression, anxiety, things like that have been taking it, have absolutely raved about it. So
One of the things, one of the main ingredients is the adaptogenic herbs in it, so it's actually helping you manage the cortisol in your system, so your stress hormone, which is also why it helps with weight loss and mood, because it's just leveling and quieting those stressy feelings.
Okay. It's exciting. I've loved everything that come out because they do all this research before. And so they bring it to us and we're like, oh, it's totally gonna work. Okay, so I wanted to talk about some of the most common questions that I get when I talk to people who are curious about Plexus. The most common questions I hear are, is it expensive? Will it work for me? Is it FDA approved? And is it safe? So, first, is it expensive? Let me ask, does anybody in here have any vices?
You like the Starbucks?
Starbucks?
Ferrari.
That's awesome. Oh, I'm ratting you out totally. This guy was 5 cups of coffee for 50 years, so.
Mostly Starbucks.
That's expensive.
And
He would make it at home.
3
In
donuts
the
a
little
day.
Keurig.
Wow.
Lots of donuts, yeah.
Okay, some vices that were me and my friends. Several of the people that I know did 1 or 2 energy drinks a day to get through the day. So you're spending between, what, $2.50 to $4 each energy drink a day. A lot of us went to the vending machines, or even though we brought a healthy lunch, we didn't feel like that today. So we went to Starbucks or Subway or whatever was close by. So this is pretty common.
Cappuccino with an extra shot.
There you go.
30 every day.
Wow.
Medium cappuccino with an extra shot.
Wow.
And that's what? About $3.50. Sometimes with a candy bar.
Right? Does anybody spend money on medication? We used to.
Not anymore.
Nice.
No.
Not anymore.
Yeah, me.
About-
And a leaf.
Yeah.
Wow.
I used
That's
to
awesome.
do.
Daily.
Yeah, I'm off the internet. Every night I had to take 3.
Another one I forgot to put on here was throwing out healthy food. We buy healthy food because we're trying to be healthy, but you don't eat it. And so you throw it out because you end up eating you get the drive food on the way home because it's much more fast, convenient. All right, who has a gym membership and never goes? You go.
I go, I'm there 5 days a week.
You're religious.
I love my gym.
And then, okay, so those of us who have used Plexus, how have you saved money for Plexus?
No Starbucks, no vitamin B12 shots, no Nexium, no allergy. Claritin D, I used to have to get Claritin D. I'm down to just a Claritin a day. So I don't have to go in and stand there and sign for it.
Right.
And ask people to get it for me because Walmart won't sell it to me anymore because even though I only take 1 a day, they limit you.
Yes.
Interesting.
But my allergies have improved enough that I don't need it. Aleve, I used to take 3 every night just to sleep like crap.
Didn't you have sleeping pills too?
I did have sleeping pills, I had speed, but those I just didn't like and quit taking and just suffered without them. But yeah, that's all. No more shots, no more giving myself shots. The B12, I hated that. I kind of got like a needle phobia after I started giving our diabetic cat shots because his needles were so much smaller. So I was like, I don't know what. Yeah. No more. None of it. And no more Starbucks. I mean, occasionally for a treat, but not a daily habit.
Right. So I thought this was pretty fun. Here's a comparison. Both drinks. So there's a Starbucks and a Slim. Cost about $3 a day, but only one of them will help you curb the day cravings, give you energy without the crash, helps you lose weight, gives you more restful sleep, and balances your blood sugar. And that would be Plexus, honey. I thought that was cute. I found that. Next question is, will it work for me? Well, I mean, you hear our stories. We all tried it, and it's worked for all of us. And I can just tell you that in the 2 years that I've been, almost 2 years that I've been doing this, I have never seen it not work for somebody who took it consistently and took it properly. So that's the other thing is you want to make sure you keep talking to whoever helps you sign up. But yeah, and that's the thing. This is the golden question, will it work for me? If you're anything like me, you have tried a lot of other things before. We used to do weight loss challenges at my work. I remember this. At the end of every year, going into the new year. I'd see the girls using everything from the sprinkle it on your food and lose weight stuff to the cayenne drink things, crazy diets, shakes. Nobody was able to maintain that. People might lose weight, but you know they gained it all back like really fast the next year. I definitely couldn't maintain it. I tried to do it the old-fashioned healthy way. I got a workout program and I started eating healthy. And I did get very strong, but I never lost my cravings. I was punishing myself every single day, eating properly. For me, it never ever went away. We are not designed, God didn't make us to be overweight, always tired, addicted to sugar, soda, and caffeine and carbs. And when we address the underlying issues like our gut health, our glucose metabolism, and our inflammation, then the body can begin functioning how God needed it to. So this isn't magic, it's science, it's God's herbs. It's very fun. I guess a little bit of my husband's story. So both of us, you can see us, we're a little bit chunkier in the one picture than the other. But my husband, like I said, was an Army vet, and he's been dealing with pain since I've ever known him. He used to take prescription medications, narcotics to function some days if it got really bad, and then muscle relaxers and over-the-counter NSAIDs daily.
Oh yeah, I used to have muscle relaxers.
Since I've put him on Plexus, he's gotten rid of all of the medicines. He says that on a level of, he was at like a 7 to an 8 pain on a daily. He's now like at a 3. And so once in a while, if he strains his back, because it's never going to get completely better. He's pretty broken. But, I mean, you can function on that. He can get on the floor and play with the baby. Like, he had him back as opposed to we were spiraling out of control and he was starting to get depressed and it was really, really sad. So it saved us in a lot of ways. We're very grateful. Is it FDA approved? Has anybody in here taken a vitamin before?
Yeah.
Did you know the FDA does not approve or disapprove any vitamins whatsoever? I was a little bit shocked. But right off their website, the FDA is not authorized to review dietary supplements or products for safety or effectiveness before they're marketed. So this is a little bit of a scary thing. Like there's a reason some people are skeptical about vitamins because they're not regulated, so they can be kind of sketchy things and market that to people. So you do want to make sure you're with a good company. The companies themselves are responsible for making sure that they are safe before marketing to them. Our company actually works very closely with the FDA, though, to make sure that we are in line with guidelines, etc. Oh, yep, there you go. I talked right there. Is it safe? Plexus products are plant-based. They're God's herbs. They are safe and the most natural way to lose weight. But I would always tell you to check with your physician or pharmacist if you have a medical condition or take a specific medication that you're concerned about. Hello, Plexus. Now what? Okay, there's a good question. Is joining expensive?
Not this one.
Okay. What would you guess it costs to, well, I guess I should back up a little bit. So 3 weeks into taking my products, by the way, I was in total secrecy taking these because my husband found out that I ordered them. He was so angry because I had tried other things before and they still were sitting on my counter. And he's like, you never take them. You never finish them. They never work. I'm like, well, I don't take them because they taste yucky or they make me want to throw up. Like some of those packets of vitamins that these, anyway. So he was really angry. So I was not allowed to tell anybody because he was sure I was going to be using my 6-city money back guarantee for these products. 3 weeks in, I was feeling like a different, I hadn't lost an ounce, but I felt like a different person on the inside. And I knew, so I started telling people about it. I knew I was going to get involved. I knew I needed to tell people about this. I wanted to get involved in the business pretty early on. He was not supportive, but that's another story. But yeah, how many of you have ever been involved in network marketing or direct sales? No, yes, no, seven.
Pampered shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How much do you think it costs to get involved with Plexus? And you know you're not welcome. Anybody ever guess?
$5,000.
That's not uncommon, unfortunately. But no, not here. It's $34.95 a year. So it's pretty awesome. And this is, yes, you can choose to use work a business, or you can just get your products at wholesale pricing. Really, it's totally up to you. One of the biggest concerns that I hear is, I'm not a salesperson. My first response is hallelujah. Let's not do that. How many of you have ever told somebody about your favorite restaurant? Or recommended a doctor, mechanic, or a babysitter? How we like to approach this is, I'm not looking to push this on people. I have good news that I am excited to share with people. And people who are ready are welcome to try it. If people are unhealthy, you gotta tell them. I mean, you can't not. But that's how we approach it. We share our excitement about our results. So, don't worry, you're not a salesperson. That's not what we are about. Oh, what is social marketing? So some of you have had some experience. Have you had a positive or negative experience in network marketing, social marketing? You ever been involved? No. Okay. I'm going to read a little bit. Social marketing is the best business model on the planet, and it is actually the business model of the future. I don't know how many, I mean, obviously Amazon has changed retail, like, as we know it. You can get everything online these days. A lot of department stores are closing locations, not necessarily closing their stores, they're just going online, because that's where the money is. And a lot of them are even discovering that the money, the millions of dollars they spend on advertising, is actually more effective in a network marketing industry because it's word of mouth. It's recommending things to your clients. So what is it? It's providing product via word of mouth. It's an effective distribution system that eliminates the middleman and brings a higher quality product at a lower cost to the consumer because you don't need to pay for all the advertising. Here's some fun stats that I found. Did you know a new home-based business is started every 12 seconds? And that there are 38 million home-based businesses in the United States. 70% of home-based businesses succeed within 3 years versus 30% of a regular business. So like opening a bakery or something else like that, a brick and mortar type of a setup. 44% of home-based businesses are started for less than $5,000. And 70% of Americans would prefer to be self-employed and not have a boss. You know what I found very interesting was I read about 70% would prefer, but a very small percent of people actually do it. And you know why is the risks are really high for starting your own business. If you have to come up with the product or service that you're going to market, you have to make sure it's competitively priced. You then have to advertise. You either work 100 hours a week or you hire people. So network marketing takes most of the risk out of that because you already have a company who's done that. And you then just get to work from home and reap the benefits of a home business without having to do all the back work for it. And I love this one. 82% of the women in the United States who make over $100,000 a year did it through direct sales and network marketing.
Wow.
So it's a very lucrative, successful business. Okay. So I have another little video I want to show you. Yeah, we're just going to watch it. You want to be careful when you're getting into network marketing because they're not all created equal. Not all plans are created equal. And I just love the integrity of our company. Okay. So I don't know. I only had one other experience with network marketing before Plexus. And I wasn't burned. I enjoyed it. It was a party-based company, had a lot of fun. but it was like, I didn't make any money. It was just really fun. Like, I loved the products, I loved people, so parties were like my thing, I was all about it. But it was a lot of time, every weekend, every night, and I didn't actually make any money. I broke even, basically, at the end. So, I saw people succeeding, but I didn't think I could do it, especially not that way. So, I love how they have structured this one. It's different than anything I've ever seen. Some of the things that make Plexus one of a kind are the products. There's literally nothing else like them. They've been on, like, I don't know how many of you have watched, there's a lot of doctors out there now who are like all about gut health and human microbiome. It's like becoming a thing. Plexus has been talking about this for like 10 years before it was a thing. They've been on the cutting edge of the scientific research. So the products are unprecedented, the teamwork and the competition. So I use competition loosely because how it's structured is instead of a lot of these companies where there's a couple of spots that everybody's gunning for, this whole thing is you can't succeed unless you help your people succeed. That is how it works. So it just creates this environment where everybody's on each other's sides and we all celebrate each other, sometimes bigger than we do ourselves. It's really fun. There's people who are not on our team whatsoever. They're just part of Plexus out there, and we help each other. Oh, another reason about that is, it talks about it in here somewhere, is that we're a profit-sharing company. So literally, if a company is doing well, you get paid more. So it's part of why it's so like all across Plexus. There's no inventory, no parties. It's completely web-based. You can do it anywhere. It's a debt-free company, which is huge. So this means they don't have to skimp on us. It's $34.95 to start up. You can sign up a spouse and double dip in the compensation plan. You know, you cannot do that in other compensation plans. It's pretty exciting. The personal growth opportunity and the residual income is incredible. A scary thing is that a huge percentage of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Why not create a plan B before you need it? Something that. And then here, so you probably all can't see it, but I can leave it up. Our income disclosure is pretty incredible, and I'd say it's pretty accurate of what the average person who works a business makes. But yeah, the company pays 50% of all the income that they make. There's profit sharing, exclusive pay point system. They pay us 11 different ways, and we get paid weekly and monthly. So I get 5 paychecks a month. And then here's listed the 11 different ways we get paid. If you're really curious, I will go over all of that. Who can do what we do? There's literally no demographic. We have professionals. We have CPAs, doctors, RNs, pharmacists on our team. We have a lot of military, lots of college students, several retired people. Have you come across, who would call her like, I forget her nickname, Charlene. I think we call her Mama Charlene or something. She's in her upper 70s and started Plexus kind of by accident. It worked, and she just went out, and she's the grandma type. She just goes out there and just, honey, you need this. And she's now a Sapphire ambassador, so she makes ridiculous amounts of income, and she's able to retire herself and her husband. They were going to have to work until they dropped, based on their writing. So it was a pretty exciting story. Anybody can work in network marketing from anywhere. One of the reasons it's the best industry is that it gives ordinary people extraordinary opportunities. Some of the perks are obviously friendships, like several, I would never have met you if it hadn't been for this. So we've developed new friendships that have been like, they changed my life, a lot of them. Been very precious to me. The trips, I've gotten to go on several of the trips, and they spoil us rotten. It's really, really fun. They have obviously a car program, a Lexus program. There's time freedom, opportunities, travel, financial freedom, and training from top business people. So we get trained by some, does anybody know John Maxwell? So he's somebody that's come in and trained us. It's been really cool. This is one of my favorite stories. I wrote down the name so I wouldn't forget. This is a family on our team. Justin Goff and some of the other guys, they just felt like the Lord laid it on their hearts. There's a tribe in Kenya, Africa, that needed Bibles. And they kind of been talking about it, praying about it, and one day they just decided that the Lord was telling them this needed to happen. They're both full-time Plexus ambassadors, so they didn't have to get time off of work. They bought the thousands of Bibles that needed to happen, got on a plane within 72 hours of deciding it. We're in Kenya, and the Maasai, I don't know if any of you are familiar with that. Maasai warriors were the people who like took them around to the different villages and protected them while they distributed these Bibles. So the Lord's been using this. I wouldn't say Plexus itself is necessarily anointed, but He's using it in big, big ways. There's been orphanages going up all over the world. Adoptions are being funded. It's a very, very exciting thing to be a part of. Oops, wrong one. All right, so how do you work with your Plexus is you literally share your story and share the business opportunity. How big is it? It is as big as you want it to be. Now what? Okay, questions and answers. I talked a lot, sorry. Okay, does anybody have any questions?
So what does $34.95 a month, what do you get?
It's a membership. You can, a lot of people treat it simply with a cost of membership where you get